Hi, I'm Holly Greer with the Alachua County Environmental Protection Department. This is the Water Wisdom Series, and in this series we'll be helping you to build your water wisdom by exploring Alachua County's local water. So we'll talk to scientists, organizations, volunteers, and community members, all doing their part to help protect local water. We'll visit creeks like this one. This is beautiful Hogtown Creek that's running through Ring Park, where we're at this morning. We'll visit wetlands and springs and lakes so you can develop a better working knowledge of your local water. And we really want to emphasize how people are connected to that water. The more we understand how we are connected, the better we can do our part to help protect local water, both for us as humans and also for the other animals that also depend on this precious resource. So in this first episode, we're going to start maybe someplace you weren't expecting. So let's go ahead and jump there now. So let's start right here with the storm drain. So a lot of you may have heard this called a sewer. And that's what I used to call it too. But the sanitary sewer system and the storm drain system are very different. So before I talk more about the storm drain, I want to just briefly explain the difference between those two systems. So the sanitary sewer is a network of pipes that travels to a water treatment facility. So in your home or at your school or your place of work, any time you wash your hands or flush the toilet or take a shower or wash your clothes, any of those things where there's wastewater created, that leftover water, it goes down the sanitary sewer. It's carried through this network of pipes to a water treatment facility where it's cleaned up before it's released into the environment again. Now the difference with the storm drain system is anything that travels down the storm drain is not filtered and it's not headed to a place where it gets cleaned up. So where does the water go when it goes down these storm drains that we see throughout our community? Let's find out.
When it rains and water lands on hard surfaces where it can't soak into the ground, like roads, parking lots, or even buildings, it has to go somewhere or our streets, homes, and schools would all be flooded. These surfaces where water can't soak down into the ground are called impervious surfaces. Storm drains may vary in their appearance, but they're all working to keep storm water that runs off of landscapes or over impervious surfaces moving. But where does the water travel to? Sometimes storm drains lead to stormwater basins like this one. You may have seen a stormwater basin near a business, in a neighborhood, or near your school. Some stormwater basins hold water all of the time, while others may be dry part of the time. Some urban ecologists, like Basil Ionone, that provided many of these images, study ecosystems that humans create, including stormwater basins, because they can provide important habitat for wildlife. Because these basins often provide habitat for wildlife, it's important to protect them from pollution. Stormwater basins allow water to move through the soil, and that helps to filter some of the pollution out of the water. But we can't overwhelm them or they won't continue to function, and wildlife won't do very well living in all of that filth. Another important place that storm drains lead is directly into our natural areas, like this creek. We began today at Ring Park, and this is Hogtown Creek that runs through it. Storm drains lead right into this creek along its journey. Remember the storm drain where I described the difference between the sanitary sewer and storm drain system? That storm drain leads right into this creek, Sweetwater Branch, that travels through the duck pond and downtown Gainesville. The water that travels through our storm drain system is not filtered or treated before it arrives in these creeks or other natural areas. That means any pollution that gets picked up as stormwater travels through our community gets carried into these natural areas too. Creeks are important pathways for water and also provide critical habitat, water, and a source of food for local wildlife. You can see signs of that wildlife that live in and around the creeks when you visit them. Think about all the different kinds of pollution that can end up in these natural areas like creeks that comes from people. Pollutants like trash, oil from leaky cars, chemicals from our yards like fertilizer or pesticide, even pet waste can all be washed into storm drains which lead to local water. This is called stormwater pollution. The good news is now that you're building your water wisdom and understand your connection to our local water, you can do your part to help prevent stormwater pollution. Never dump anything down a storm drain. Pick up after your pets. Keep grass clippings from mowing out of the street. Never litter and pick up trash. And remember, only rain should go down the storm drain. As we continue to build our water wisdom, we'll learn more about how we can protect local water. We'll find out where our creeks lead and how by protecting water from stormwater pollution, we protect water quality, local ecosystems and wildlife, and what may later be our drinking water. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you'll join us again and continue to build your water wisdom.